just letting you know that we are moving out, and you're figuring out how. Or I'm moving out.
You were mad that you were never a part of the family, and Mom finally...
The studio lights are blinding, the cameras are locked in, and right in the middle of the tell-all stage, Jenny's voice cracks. Not soft, not hesitant, but final. I'm done. And just like that, the room freezes. Sumit doesn't even blink at first, like his brain refuses to process what he just heard. But then it hits him. Hard. The woman who gave up everything for him is walking away. And before we break this entire situation down, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because stories like this, they don't just end, they explode. Because what you're about to hear isn't just another reality TV breakup. This is years of sacrifice, humiliation, love, lies, and cultural pressure collapsing in one single moment. And honestly, if you've ever stayed in something longer than you should have, this one's gonna hit different.
Let's rewind for a second. Jenny didn't just fall in love, she risked everything. She left her entire life behind in America, her comfort, her stability, even her relationship with her own family at times, just to be with Sumit. And for years, viewers watched her fight for his love, fight for acceptance, fight to be seen as more than just the outsider in his world. But here's the part that fans have been screaming about online for years: Sumit never fully chose her. Yeah, he loved her. No one's denying that. But love isn't supposed to feel like you're constantly begging to be defended. And that's where things started breaking down. Because every time his family pushed back, every time traditions were thrown in her face, every time she was made to feel like she didn't belong, Sumit hesitated. And that hesitation, it slowly destroyed her. If you scroll through Reddit or even Instagram comments, you'll see people saying the same thing over and over: Jenny stayed way longer than she should have. And honestly, they're not wrong. But here's the thing people don't always talk about. When you've invested years into someone, when you've sacrificed your identity, your home, your sense of security, walking away doesn't feel like freedom. It feels like failure. And that's the "me too" moment right there. Because who hasn't been in a situation where you kept hoping things would change? Where you told yourself, just a little longer, maybe it'll get better. Jenny lived in that space for years. But something shifted this time. Behind the scenes, according to multiple fan discussions and insider speculation, Jenny had been emotionally drained for a long time. This wasn't sudden. This was built on nights of crying, arguments that went nowhere, and that constant feeling of being second place in your own relationship. Imagine loving someone, but always feeling like their family, their culture, their fear, comes before you. That does something to a person. And then comes the tell-all. Now if you've watched these reunions before, you know they're intense. But this one, different energy. You could feel it even before Jenny spoke. She wasn't emotional in the way we're used to seeing her. She wasn't begging, she wasn't trying to convince anyone. She was calm, and sometimes, calm is way scarier than anger. Because calm means the decision has already been made. When she finally said she was leaving India, leaving the marriage, leaving him, you could literally see Sumit unravel in real time. His face went pale, his posture collapsed, and for the first time, he looked completely powerless. No excuses, no delays, no, give me time. Just silence. And fans noticed something chilling. He didn't chase her. Not physically, not emotionally, not even verbally in that moment. And that's where the internet completely lost it. Because people started asking, did he ever really fight for her the way she fought for him? That question alone sparked thousands of comments. Some fans defended him, saying cultural pressure is real, that family expectations in his world aren't something you can just ignore. And that's true, to an extent. But others clapped back hard, saying love requires action. Not promises, not intentions, action. And Jenny, she finally reached her limit. What makes this even more intense is what reportedly happened right after filming. According to fan chatter and discussion threads, Jenny didn't just say she was leaving, she actually followed through immediately. Booked her flight, packed her life, and returned to America. No dramatic back and forth. No last-minute change of heart. Just, gone. And that's when it really hit Sumit. Because for years, there was always this unspoken belief that Jenny would stay. No matter what happened, no matter how bad things got, she stayed. That became the pattern. And when patterns break, that's when reality crashes in. Imagine waking up one day and realizing the person who always forgave you, finally didn't. That's what this feels like. And here's where things get even deeper. Some fans believe this wasn't just about family pressure. There's a growing theory online that Sumit became comfortable, too comfortable, knowing Jenny would always choose him. And when someone feels secure like that without putting in equal effort, the relationship slowly becomes one-sided. Jenny was giving everything, and slowly, she started losing herself. You can even see it in past episodes, her frustration, her exhaustion, the way she would break down over things that kept repeating. It wasn't just one issue. It was years of the same issue. And something inside her finally snapped. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming, and this is where things get really interesting. There's speculation, again, based on fan discussions and reactions, that Jenny may have been planning this exit longer than anyone realized. The calmness, the timing, the execution, it didn't feel impulsive. It felt calculated, like she had already emotionally left long before she physically did. And if that's true, that changes everything. Because it means the tell-all wasn't the breaking point, it was the announcement. Let that sink in. While Sumit stood there shocked, trying to process what just happened, Jenny may have already gone through all the pain, all the grief, all the decision-making, alone. And by the time she said those words out loud, she wasn't asking for anything anymore. She was closing the chapter. And honestly, that's the part that hits the hardest. Because sometimes the loudest moment in a relationship isn't the fights, it's the silence right before someone walks away for good. Now the big question everyone is asking, is this really the end? Some fans think there's no coming back from this. That Jenny choosing herself after all these years is a permanent shift. Others believe this could be the wake-up call Sumit needed, that maybe losing her is what will finally push him to step up. But here's the reality, not every love story is meant to survive. Some are meant to teach you when to let go. And whether you're Team Jenny or Team Sumit, one thing is undeniable, this wasn't just a breakup. This was a long overdue turning point. So now I want to hear from you, was Jenny right to finally walk away after everything she went through, or do you think she gave up too soon on a love that was still worth fighting for? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if this story got you thinking, and don't forget to subscribe, because if this situation taught us anything, it's that the real drama always starts after the cameras stop rolling.
What do you think? Comment below. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.